Working with Gordon initially on NLP and did the NLP practitioner course, which was incredibly eye-opening. A lot of important factors relating to communication that I've actually never considered before. You know, how people think, feel, you know, what they see. Just even little things like that in relation to communication about people's perspective. And I've learned enormously about being in someone else's space rather than being my own. Clearly, as an executive, you quite often want results quickly. You want solutions, and very often I could see the solution myself. But the critical piece is actually making sure someone else sees it, or feels it, or thinks it. So NLP gave me a whole range of tools to actually get in that other person's space. Not just to get them to do it once, but actually for them to actually manage it many, many times over. That's the biggest thing I found. And then the second thing, despite the fact I'm a strategist and I understand what planning's about, and that there is a process to planning, that to enable people to understand there's a process for everything they do, and to enable them to be engaged in that kind of communication and that kind of thought has been something I've been able to more readily transfer across since.
And from the first day I knew it was the right course to be on. It was exciting and it was very clear and precise, and I just gained so much that the time that I was here flew by. The last 3 days have flown by, and I just don't want it to end. It's really fun and enjoyable, and I feel completely safe and comfortable here, but I just know that it just feels completely right. It all makes sense. Everything that's being said, it feels like something that can be applied in real life. It doesn't just feel like there are theories out here that can't be used. It feels like, here you go, this is real, you can use this. And it's quick and effective, but it's got grounding, which is what I really like. So I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it, and personally I've been getting a lot of benefit from it already, from myself, and I know that that's what's going to take me forward as well.
My input would be that anybody who's considering to do a course should consider this company. Not only do you get exactly what they promise, but you also will get a company that really is very friendly, that goes through the content in a very user-managed way, and you can really, start to see results very quickly. And also, it's a very practical way of approaching a topic which many people think is quite American or very scary, where in fact it breaks it down to a level where you can digest it and really see the application of it in your everyday life.
The NLP course just was just phenomenal in terms of personal transformation that I needed. It changed the way that I ran a lot of sort of negative processes. It changed the way I thought about things. It taught me strategies that I can use and teach to other people on dealing with stress or anxiety, just to be a bit more goal focused. It was nothing short of amazing, really. It really, really was, and I didn't expect it, and I think that's what ramped my perception of it up even higher, because I knew nothing about NLP. I didn't know what it was, I didn't know what to expect. I was just told, everyone told me, you have to you'd really get a lot of benefit from doing NLP and then your clinical hypnotherapy.
The great thing about Gordon as a trainer is that he's very, he's an excellent communicator. He's a great teacher. He's very good at presenting the concepts in a really easy to understand way. The way that he structures the courses is very experiential. It's very hands-on. So you do a lot and you learn a lot by doing, which is really important for embedding the teachings. As a teacher, he's done a lot of study himself, And he's done a lot of work on himself, and he's travelled a lot and been exposed to so many different thinkers in the field, and very, very highly qualified thinkers in the field. And I think because he sets that high standard for himself, the breadth and depth of his knowledge is really, it's mind-blowing, but at the same time he's able to distill everything down to really concrete, simple concepts that we can all absorb in our own way, in our own time.
Well, the benefits come from participating actively in all of the exercises. And, you know, I've seen people have extraordinary personal changes, things that have held them back or limited them for years, suddenly dissolve away, you know, in quite a quick, easy exercise.
Oh, well, the course has been fantastic so far. Every day has had some new information come forward that's been extremely beneficial. I've been able to implement some of the processes into my life already on each of those days, and I'm just really excited to see where this can all go for me.
So Gordon's not teaching this because he wants to be seen to be a wonderful trainer. He's teaching it because he knows that we're going to go out there and become the people that we want to be. Or that's how I see it. So he's trying to relay the skills that somebody has taught him to other people in society, in the world, wherever he trains, and it gives them a way of reaching the potential that we all have, but we just don't link into sometimes.
Studying NLP was like learning another language, another way, another vehicle for communication. So it may be a way of, it sets a different attitude towards things, but it feels like I've just learned another vehicle for communication. It's not English, it's not any other language. There's a little bit further than that, and I like the concept of it. I always thought there was more to it.
I'm bipolar, and I spent, oh God, I'd say the last 10 years in fairly intensive therapy and psychiatrists and doctors and whatnot. And I just wasn't really happy with the progress I was making, because obviously, you know, you spend 10 years in therapy every week and you're not really getting anywhere. I wasn't getting much. Absolutely, totally failed me. I mean, when I came to the course, I did the NLP course first, the practitioner. I was still struggling with a few bits, and you know, Gordon knows it was not an easy course for me. But the progress I made during those 2 weekends, 8 days, so far outstripped any progress I made in the previous 8 years. And you know, I have a very good team of doctors and psychologists, and you know, they're probably the best around, but they just don't have the tools to help you quickly and efficiently. It hasn't been back. I told my psychiatrist, and he said, look, if you can learn what Gordon does, I'll refer my patients on to you, because I see the difference in you within 2 weeks, and it's just nothing I could ever achieve with the tools I have.
The NLP course, I've basically got options of fast tracking, right? And I think what's very crucial here is about being a psychologist. I need to work with shifting people as quickly as possible, and I think nowadays there's also an expectation to sort of move people along. I think there's an opportunity here for the betterment of basically, I know it might sound somewhat cliched, but for the betterment of mankind and all. I have a sense of people being held back from offering their absolute best, and coming to the realisation of their best. So I would go for anyone that's genuinely interested in people, and that